Hi everyone, welcome back to the football show. Today we're previewing the second semi-final of the Euro 2020. Neeraj, is it coming home? This is my
This is,
favorite question to ask you. I've been asking you this all tournament. But yeah, tell me, is it coming home?
I do believe it's coming home, Yash. We saw the performance in the last game. It was it was destruction at the highest order. Ukraine weren't good, no doubt. But finally, the England that I wanted to see, a lot of us wanted to see, clicked into gear. They picked the right 11, and
Mm.
indeed, it is coming home to England.
So yeah, I mean that's interesting that you talk about it. What was the tweak that was made in this game that was missing in the previous ones, or is it just player belief and self confidence?
No, the formation changed, right? We had three at the back with two fullbacks, two wing backs rather, in most of the games. Otherwise, what they were doing is they were playing three midfielders and kind of chalking it up, like with three of them there, with Sterling, Kane, and someone on the other side, Saka playing. So this time, what they did is they had four men up front: Mason Mount in the hole, Sancho on the right,
Hmm.
Sterling on the left, and Kane in the middle. And when you have three people behind Kane, that gives the opposition defense such headaches, right? You have three people all at good pace, troubling you, capable of unlocking the defense, and Harry Kane making the runs. That's why you saw a very different Harry Kane in this game, right? The way he played.
Yeah, and just coming back to that very nice point you made. First goal, Sterling just picks a pass, brilliant pass, straight through. Kane runs off his man, toe poke, goal. Within a matter of a few minutes. I mean, that's the Harry Kane we know. That's the destruction
Exactly.
he's capable of causing. So I mean, it was just England from start to finish in that match. And how impressed are you with Luke Shaw for instance? You know,
Too impressed, man. He's been playing extremely well all season, and he's whipping in those cross. So at the start of this tournament, I wasn't sure if Chilwell would start or Shaw would start. We saw Trippier
hmm,
start on the left, and I was like, why is Trippier starting? Because when you have Sterling cutting in from the left side, you need someone to overlap with the left foot, not another guy who's going to cut in. So Trippier was not going to help if you had an inverted winger on the left side. That's why someone like Shaw or Chilwell was important. And Shaw has been in
right.
extremely good form all through the season, and he's just continued that in this game. He was at another level. All the crosses that he was whipping in, balls that he was playing in. You must be very impressed, right? Very, very happy.
Yeah, I am very happy. And Luke Shaw is one of my favorite players at United as well. And when he had that leg break, and we were told that he might not play football again, coming back from that to having a really rough patch under Jose Mourinho. One of the reasons why I don't rate Mourinho, because of the fact that he has the ability to ruin people's careers by I mean, he has a certain style of management, but it's not for every player. Maybe a Terry reacts very differently to what a Luke Shaw will react. But a credit to Ole actually to get his confidence back, restore it, get him to playing week in week out for United, and I'm just really happy that it's translated to the big stage as well. But just putting England aside for a little bit, let's talk about one of the most feel good stories of this entire tournament. Denmark are in the semi-finals. Where does it go from here for them?
Amazing story, right? After all that they went through in the first couple of games, first game itself, two games in, two losses, we thought Denmark is out. Like after such good performances in the first, rather second game against Belgium, after losing two games, thought they were out. And they've just stepped up the gas with each passing game. Like the game against Finland, they were at a very good level. They took it to a very different level against Wales. And against Czech Republic, they were very, very professional in that first half. Second half, they weren't that
Hmm.
good defensively, but again, they have a very, very settled lineup, right? Look at the number of people they have. They have Vestergaard, Jar, and Christensen in defense. You know, all these three are good. You
Hmm.
have Myla just bombing on the left side. And in the
Hmm.
midfield, they have Delaney and Hoiberg. Again, very, very accomplished players. And in the
Right.
forward line, you have three very good players again who can switch around. You have Damsgaard, who's one of the shining lights of the tournament. You have Casper Dolberg, who's come into his own in this knockout
Yeah.
stage. And you have Brathwaite, the player you really love,
Hmm.
right?
No, I mean I don't know. I remember when Barcelona signed Brathwaite, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? But and I mean, I thought it was another of these cartoon signings by Barcelona that's happened in the recent years. But yeah, he's been really good for Denmark this season in the Euros. But I've actually been more impressed with Casper Dolberg. Actually, he has this unique ability of putting the ball in the back of the net when it's needed,
Hmm.
like a proper
Hmm.
number nine. Showing up in the big games, putting the ball in the back of the net, winning games for his country. So I mean, and to think that he didn't start the first two games, he just showed up, later on, like you said, towards the knockout stages. It's what impresses me is there are no stars in the team. It's just a unit that's clicking at the right time. And is there an element of them playing for Christian and you know
Yeah.
uh,
We really want him. We really want the team to do well just for him, right? Because the two biggest stars, obviously Schmeichel also is one of their stars, having won the Premier League, FA Cup recently. But most well-known players are Yusuf Paulsen and obviously Christian Eriksen. Christian Eriksen is
hmm,
out of the tournament after whatever happened. We never know if he would play again. Hope he does.
hmm,
Yusuf Paulsen has had his injury struggles in the knockout stages, and with these two out, they're playing at this level. So it's a really wonderful story.
yeah. So moving on to the projected 11s, I mean, for Denmark, you seem to already have a good idea of what they're going to set up. Is it going to be similar, or do you expect any changes to that 11?
I think it's going to be exactly the same. Only thing is, Yusuf Paulsen is there. He wasn't there in the round of 16. He came back in the quarterfinals, came on off the bench. He was a real impact player. You might see that again. I
Mhm.
don't think they will risk playing him from the start. They have an accomplished front three, which is doing well this tournament. So
Right,
start there and bring Yusuf Paulsen on off the bench. And
right,
that's a very, very settled team.
true. And what about England? Do you think they'll go with the chopping and changing approach again? Bukayo Saka, or maybe for Sancho? I don't think it should happen, but
Exactly. No, I don't want. I think this is the perfect team. Like you, this is the exact team that I wanted from the start of the tournament. Many people might say, why not Grealish from the start? I like Grealish
Mhm.
coming on at 60. If you know that the game is kind of up, you can bring Grealish to settle the game. If you know that game is still on a knife's edge, you can bring on Grealish to open the game. And you can then choose, do
Mhm.
you want to bring Grealish on for Mount or do you want to bring Grealish on for one of the two holding midfielders, Declan Rice or
Yeah.
Phillips? So you have a lot of options on the bench. You have Henderson to hold with the experience. You have Bellingham, who's like one of the rising stars. Rashford, Bukayo Saka. So a lot of options, and this is the 11 that I would want going forward.
Yeah. I mean, this is just brilliant for England, isn't it? I mean, they definitely seem to have the edge in terms of even the players that they have off the bench to make an impact. And like you
Yeah,
said, the brilliance of Grealish is such that you can use him as a CM as well as a cam. So he can help out in defense. He can help out going forward. He's just like he's the real wild card that Southgate has. So what are your predictions then for the game? This is a bit of a tough one actually to us.
it's coming home, right? So what would my prediction be? But actually, for the run that they've had, I really want Denmark to go forward into the final, be there in that
Mhm.
special occasion. But it seems a little difficult, though they've been playing extremely well. This England team, I think, has too many. Like you said, they have so many options to call from the bench. Someone or the other should be able to settle it. If this team cannot beat Denmark, it's pretty difficult. So I'm predicting 3-1 to England.
Oh, 3-1. Interesting considering that England haven't conceded a goal all tournament
Oh yeah, yeah.
against more distinguished opposition as well. So, I
3-1.
mean, they've kept the Germans out. But yeah, I mean, see,
Law of
I'm
averages,
hoping
right?
for
They're
a
bound to concede sometime or the other. I was talking to my brother today and I was like, Pickford has 5 clean sheets. Can you imagine? So they haven't conceded a single goal throughout the tournament. I think sometime or the other they will be opened up and this is the game,
true,
1 goal at least.
true, true. I mean, I want a Denmark win. but it seems a little difficult. I mean, it's strange, that we saw the English golden generation win nothing, and now they're bossing everyone with Calvin Phillips and Declan Rice in holding midfield. I mean, it's just beyond me. But yeah, I mean, it should be a 2-0 to England.
2-0 in both games.
Yeah, 2-0 in both games. Doesn't look like Italy or England's defenses would be pierced. I'd be happy if it does, because it will make for a great underdog story, but I don't see it happening.
Okay, so I think both of us are predicting Italy-England final at the end of the day. We'd be
Yeah.
glad to be surprised, especially with Denmark being in the final. I think everybody, the full football fraternity, leaving England aside, would be happy to see Denmark in the final.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll probably see you before the final to see if our predictions are right.